Hi parents, now I'm going to talk to you about another reading strategy called sound power. So sound power is when we are looking at the sounds in the word. So the start, the end and the middle. And the middle might be some diagraphs. So we use all of our sound power to help work out a word. So we've gone through the book, we've talked about the front cover. All those things are important. We've talked about the pictures, using our picture power and our pointer power. But now I'm going to use my sound power. So I'm going to read this book, show you how we can use our sound power. So we've talked about this word already, kitten, with the children. When we're looking at the front page, we've talked about how this book is not about a cat, it's about a kitten. So they know that this word is kitten already. I will talk to you about using your snap word power and how we look through books ahead of time to see if there's any snap words, and sometimes we put them up in front of us so we can refer back to it. But sound power, especially when words are like this that we cannot sound out. So pointer power, a kitten sat by a, well, we'll look at the first sound, k, and then we look at the rest of the word, and I can see here that there is a diagraph, and maybe using a diagraph chart will help with this as well. Sometimes you put your diagraph chart up in front of your book, you can refer back to the child and go, oh, I can see you're trying to go k, a, but I know that that is a diagraph at the end, and you might say, oh, why don't you go back to your diagraph chart and have a look. We'll keep reading. She sat by a, well, we've looked at the first sound, we looked at the picture, and we said that word is bike. But children in this stage of their reading don't know about the long I sound. They don't know about that magic E, changing their I into the I, and the long I sound. We will talk to the children about that later on in their reading time, but at this moment they don't know that, so they might sound out b, I, k, e, and you go b, I, k, e, b, and then that's when you would remind them about using their picture power as well. So sometimes you can use your sound power on words, sometimes it's best to use your picture power, or maybe you might be using passion power if there's a passion in the book. Again, we'll look at the picture first, then we will read. She sat by a well, I know that there's a diagraph there again, so I would say to the child, oh, there's a diagraph there. Why don't you go to your diagraph chart and have a look? And they hopefully will go, oh, yes, that's the E diagraph, and go E, tree. Now, we're going to read this page using our sound power. She sat by a bell. Well, we know that doesn't make sense. I know that if I take the b away, there is a snap word all there. So I would go, oh, there's a snap word there. I wonder if you know that yet. If they don't, then you might need to tell them that's a snap word. Tell them what it is. And then they can go b, all, ball. And again, just think about, they might not remember that that is a snap word. They might try to sound it out and go, They might need your help to remind them, oh, that is a snap word. Let's look at the snap word book and find out. So sound power is looking at the first sound, it's looking at the end sound, and looking at the sounds in the middle.